So let me start by noting that this is a genuine tale and a little of me ranting. I met this girl online when I was 21, and we dated for almost a year before falling in love. We made the decision to marry. 7 years later, I'm at home, and my wife is at work. Owing to the snowstorm that day, she had to travel with a friend to work that night. The driveway was basically impassable. She isn't home at her normal hour the next morning. An hour passes, then another. She eventually returns home. Nothing appeared weird about her, yet I had a feeling something was wrong. It's difficult to describe the atmosphere that around her. I basically hinted at her cheating, and she stated she didn't and that her companion was a lady. So I'm just like, whatever. Days passed, and she continued bringing up the fact that she had a misconduct complaint against her at work for making intimate jokes, which I think is stupid. She says it again one day. And I just ask her, you keep bringing this up, and it seems worse than you telling me. Did you cheat on me? And the fact that she didn't respond told me everything. So in my morbid mental curiosity fueled by emotional agony, I wanted to know what was done. She admitted that she cheated on me. I packed my crap and prepared to go, but she wept and begged me to remain. We had 2 kids, with a third, unknown at the time, who would be mine. I attempted to make it function, but it never healed properly. We separated. She got remarried. I've been single for 4 years. I'd want to say I'm content, but I'm not. I think I'm just lonely. On top of that, she has been spreading falsehoods about me. EDIT. A few days after discovering she cheated, I'm back at home cleaning up, and I come upon a phone she had a week or two before that no longer worked, but still had all the texts and whatnot on it. So out of curiosity, I went to messages, and sure enough, she was texting one of her exes and bad-mouthing me and talking about how I can't get the job done. A massive lie. I honestly lost my shit and packed my belongings for real and waited until she got home. But in the meanwhile, I texted her, telling her it was all done and so on. She came home being disrespectful and whatever, expecting for her to say anything. Then she burst through the bedroom door yelling at me for looking through her other phone. I said, "Oh, so you're mad I caught her doing something you had never told me about, Oak," and started to walk away, and she stopped me and cried and said she would let me have intimacy with her. This is something I've been reading a lot about since it all started. The unfaithful lady constantly seems to lament about it and urge you to stay while luring you with stuff to make you feel better. However, they always use such things against you later, specifically the lies she has told. Day 2. My children are mine. All 3 have been DNA tested and are in fact mine. What transpired was an unplanned event, her words, not mine, which to be honest makes matters worse. I can't completely separate myself from her. We have to chat and occasionally joke. We are nice to one another in person for the sake of our children, but that is all. Now the next story. My girlfriend and I decided to split up and end our relationship last week. I took the initiative and approached her. We've been cohabiting in a civilized manner while being separated since then. The thing is, she recommends we have a farewell over wine and party one last time. I shouted, "No, but I'm sorry. I'm just human." After a few conversations, I caved. We pledged eternal love to one another and made pledges to work on our marriage all night. The next day, I'm confused and screwed up at work. Hungover. What now? Then I go home and wait for a connection to chat about last night. She seemed remote, said nothing, and avoided physical contact. She was basically ignoring me. She even took a sleep to avoid touch. When she woke up, I had a question. "So what are we?" And I got the cold-blooded, what we talked about before. Come on, we were intoxicated last night. Those were just words. I had to hear those words. It's time for a reality check. Then I spent a lot of time today pondering on everything that had transpired in the previous few days. After some conversations with other people, I realized that I had once again been manipulated through my feelings, and I had given up my body and my vows of love to a person who requires validation and admiration from third parties. Narcissistic behavior. She saw that I was pulling away and regained control through intimacy and manipulation. I have to live with this individual until the end of the year. I determined it was time to take action. I no longer want this person in my life. They hold the key to my mind. I needed to defend myself, and now it must be completed. As soon as she arrived home from work, I went over the reasons why our interaction should be limited from then on. I stated that I had been exploited, mistreated, and lied to yet again. After that, I stood up and told her that I didn't trust her tale, and that I would notify her supposed AP's wife. She stalked me, threatened to report abuse to the police, threatened to disclose to everyone in our social circle that I was crazy, I'm bipolar, and claimed I would face dire consequences if I sent anything to her supposed AP's wife. I informed her that I was holding my mobile phone and had recorded all of her THRETS. She froze when I showed her, so I sent the message to the guy's wife. The message just provides dates, timings, and details that can be found via Google Maps, Uber, and messaging applications. I simply told her what I knew, that they spent one night together on a business trip, but I had no proof that they had intimacy. Please go to the website provided above. There was no yelling or physical confrontation at any point during the chat. So I thought I'm safe from her revenge, but a bomb went off in the guy's house today. She eventually went, her brother came up, got her in his car, and she was gone. I'm no longer under her spell. I made a mistake and went to a one-night stand with my unfaithful wife. Before we completed our divorce processes, she swore me undying love, promised to work on the marriage, and agreed to try again only to deny everything the next day and say it was just a farewell. I realized I needed her out of my life as soon as possible, so I told her AP's wife. I didn't give it much thought before sending the message to the AP's wife, but it's now public. Is it possible that I went too far? Thank you for listening to the story to the end, and if you like it, please support us with a like as well as subscribe to our channel. Write in the comments what you think about the story.